might be a hot take for the internet, and I mean no shade by this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much? This might be
It's saying that if it turns to the left, it turns to the right, all the years is that one woman must have promote singleness. There's a woman promoting singleness one way or the other. A woman is saying that I am happy single. And he's worried, like, why is it that almost all the women now are promoting singleness? Like, why should you guys be promoting singleness? Because man and woman, we are made for each other and we are here to procreate and make many babies. So you guys are promoting singleness. How are we going to feel the world?
a hot take for the internet, and I mean no shade by this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much? This is no shade, right? I've seen so many videos over the past couple of days like, oh, I need y'all to release the shackles from wanting a man, going out wanting a man. We are supposed to be together. I have always operated more effectively when I've been with a woman, especially a good one. The sole reason fundamentally we are on this planet is to procreate, companionship, family unit. One of the main reasons why everybody is on edge up and all of this shit is one, we are eliminating companionship from this world. And people think you could operate effectively as a single individual. And that has never been the case. There is nothing wrong with being single. I just don't know why it's promoted so much. And you don't even have to look at this in a sense of, having a romantic relationship. So many people in this life think they can operate solo dolo. You need help. You need a community. You need companionship. One of the main reasons to go outside is to go find a partner. Like, that is the reason of social interactions, whether it's to create a friend, that's a level of companionship, whether it's to meet your wife, or on the flip, as a woman, your husband. I begin lost with this super promotion of being alone. I've never understood it.
The question is, why won't women promote singleness? Why won't they promote singleness? Because most women that promote this singleness are the ones that have been married before, are the ones that are currently married, are the ones that were divorced, lost their husband. Most of the time, they've been in a relationship with a man and they've been single and they had to compare it and be like, you know what? Being single is the best thing for a woman. And the fact that they are always advertising marriage for women, if you've not gotten married, you've not had children, you're not going to be happy as a woman. But then they tested it and they also tested being single, compare it together, and they see that being single is the best. It's the better one or better choice for women because most women, when they're in a relationship with a man, they put in their all, their 100%, and they don't get results. They get their heart broken most of the time. Most of the time, if you invest in a man, you invest your time, you sacrifice so many things for the man, it breaks your heart and leaves you like even questioning that who sent you message. You guys, why do you think women promote singleness these days? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section while we watch these videos together, and I'll share my own opinion at the end of the video.
By this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much?
So if you actually cared to know the answer to this, you would just watch all of the videos that women have made talking about this. And even someone in your comments said to read the Vogue article, is having a boyfriend embarrassing? Women have been talking about this for a while now. It's not really an epidemic. It's just that I think that the younger generation is realizing that they don't have to settle when it comes to you men. You said that you operate better when you're in a relationship with a woman. Yeah, because women tend to have more empathy than men. We're also socialized to be nurturers, to support men, to hold our man down. So of course you would thrive more in a relationship. Also, women are trained to cook, to clean, to do all the domestic duties, and men really aren't trained to do that. So women provide a lot of labor for men, especially emotional labor. So of course you would be thriving when you're with a woman. They've essentially been programmed to serve men. Like, that's what the patriarchy is. So I just find it to be intellectually dishonest that you're asking this question. I think you know the answer to this question and you don't like the answer, and that's fine. But there are plenty of women out here that would sell their left kidney to be with the nigga. Like, there's so many women out there that their one purpose in life, like the greatest achievement in their life, will be to get married and have children. And the women that don't want to do that, why can't they just stay alone or stay single until they find the person that they feel meets their standards? There is so much more to life than getting married and having kids. Women realize that they can use their energy, instead of pouring it into a man, they can pour it into their hobbies. They can pour it into their girlfriends. They can pour it into traveling. They could pour it into developing a new skill and bettering themselves and actually getting a return on their investment. Whereas when you hold a man down, historically speaking, when you put so much into a man, there's no telling that you're gonna get anything back from that. Okay, a lot of the times you get stabbed in the back. Okay, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of stories of women speaking about this. Like, this isn't a one-off thing. So yeah, I would suggest maybe listening to women more closely and trying to understand and have empathy for women instead of having a knee-jerk, reaction or defense response to our experiences.
Right. Why do women promote singleness so much?
I don't promote singleness to be rebellious. I promote it's because the season of life that teaching me the most. Let me share what I mean. Being single isn't about avoiding love. It's about understanding what love requires emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. A relationship isn't just cute photos and matching pajamas. It's responsibility. It's commitment. It's choosing someone who could eventually become a parent of your child. And if I am being honest, if I am not ready for that kind of weight, I'd rather not play pretend. I have seen too many relationships built on pressure, timing, or fear of being alone. I grew up watching people rush into situations they were not ready for. And the aftermath is always messy. Confusion, resentment, kids caught in the middle, and adults who never had the time to understand themselves first. So for me, this chapter is about learning me, my boundaries, my values, my emotional capacity. I wanted to be whole on my own, not searching for someone who can fill the gap. And I don't want to lose myself the moment someone's entering my life. I wanted to know who I am well enough that love's become an addition, not a replacement. And when I do decide to build a family someday, I wanted to become a kind mother who would be able to tell my child that my child is planned, she's wanted, or he is wanted. You were brought into this life that was ready for you. So, no, I don't promote singleness because I'm bitter or scared or anti-love. I actually love love. I just don't want to enter it recklessly, and I want to honor it. And I think that's why women promote singleness, and not because they hated love or I hated love, but because we respect it too much to enter it unprepared. So yeah, I'm not gonna be taking so much of y'all's time. Have a good one. Bye.
No shade by this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much?
Because it's fun. So I want to have this conversation as someone that is bisexual and primarily dated women before ever getting involved with men. As someone that really wasn't a part of these dynamics growing up, it's been very, very interesting, like kind of seeing and understanding why there's so much fighting between what seems to be like hetero men and hetero women. And this really sparked all my thoughts between the Vogue article about boyfriends being embarrassing to the gender wars that have been a thing since I feel like since I was like 16 years old. What I have noticed is that it seems that heterosexual men and heterosexual women are coming at relationships very, very differently. And I'll give you an example. A creator that I sometimes come across on my FYP that is more like defending men when it comes to dating, he made a response to the Vogue embarrassing boyfriend article, right? And in the comments, all I said was, hey, you know, maybe if we decenter romantic relationships for both men and women, like maybe that might be good for us. Maybe that might mean that when we come back to wanting to be together on a large scale, like we'll have healthier dynamics, healthier relationships. And interestingly, so many of the men in my comments had like 3 responses, which is A, well, women shouldn't be single because then what is their purpose? B, you're selfish if you don't want to have children. Or C, well, if you don't have a relationship, then like it's going to be the downfall of society and the population. And that all really, really confused me because I'm just like, and I mean this with genuine empathy, do men not understand that like community and family can be built without procreation? Just want to ask, like genuinely asking. Because when I'm saying, oh, hey, I think men and women should, you know, figure out what they want and come to relationships more, you know, self-sufficient, independent, that's not me saying that, like, they should be alone and isolated. Because community is you being an aunt. Community is you being a music teacher to children that don't understand music. Like, community is not just the nuclear family. And in fact, when you don't have these people that are like non-traditional in their parenting roles, whether that's teachers, mentors, coaches, like that is a huge part of community. I think one of the reasons why men are very like confused and aggravated about this movement of women deciding to be single, women deciding to push off marriage, children, is like, I don't think they've learned how to function without romance or relationships being a main target, which is ironic, right? Because for so long it's been that, oh, all girls care about is relationships, all girls care about is finding a husband. I think we've actually flipped. I've noticed even in my TikTok For You page, it's flipped, where it's like, I'm noticing more men complaining about dating stories and men talking about bad first dates and how they wish they could have just a nice girl to date. And it's just so fascinating to me. So interesting. But all that to say, let's talk about like being single as a woman. I would consider myself single even though like I date, but like I'm not really looking for a long-term commitment. And basically the main reason is just that like I love not really having to follow anybody's rules. I love that by being single, I can do virtually whatever I want. If I decide I want to go for a solo trip to Los Angeles, that's all me. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. But unfortunately, yeah, like when you're in a relationship with someone, in most cases, like you do kind of have to let them know, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't have to do that. For example, just recently, I got the last ticket for an early screening of Wicked Part 2. If I had a partner, I would feel so much guilt being like, oh my God, I got the last one, but I didn't invite my partner, da-da-da. No, it's just me. And I also know that I really care about going to see Wicked. So it's just like, hey, me deciding with only myself, I'm gonna go see the Wicked Part 2 movie by myself tomorrow. And that's fine. That's perfect. It fits so well. It's just really nice to do what you want to do and not worry what other people think or care. And part of me also wonders with this shift if it's because men being single and women being single are 2 different things. Like women being single, and I think that's maybe the confusion with the original creator, like when women say they want to be single, they don't mean that like they're gonna isolate themselves from the rest of the world. No, often women being single, it's us having hobbies, us hanging out with our friends more, us hanging out with our families more, us picking up a second job, or you know, starting a project or something. Being single just gives you more time to like do whatever you want to do, because relationships are a lot of time. It's a time commitment. It's really a time commitment. And one part that I found interesting was the creator mentioning that he feels he operates better when he's with a woman, when he's in a relationship. I do not think that is the case for most women. I do not think that's the case for most women. I'm so sorry. Whether I'm looking at my own family, whether I'm looking online, whether I'm listening to my friends, the consensus has been that when women are in relationships with men and it's not a compatible match and there's not like a building mindset, like equal mindset, it is detrimental to their growth. I'm so sorry to say that, guys, like, and I mean this with no harm. It's not me trying to hate on you. That is just unfortunately the lived reality I have seen both in my own eyes and have seen like culturally versus historically, where the saying goes behind every successful man is like a woman that was his rock. We don't really see the flip where it's women having all these goals and their husband is supporting them, their husband pushes them up. We don't really see that as often. So it makes sense why a lot of women have decided, you know what, I don't want to be in a secondary role. Like, I don't want to be a side character. I want to be the main character of my life, of my dreams, of my goals. Whatever the energy that I could put into like raise somebody else up, what if I put that into myself? And I don't really think that's necessarily a bad thing. And one more note before I wrap up, which is that I keep seeing this like real focus on procreation and, oh no, if women aren't having babies, what's gonna happen? Newsflash, people are still having children. A lot of people are still having children. A lot of people in Gen Z are still having children. Families are being made worldwide. Are we going through the same populist growth, I think, that we had over the past 100 years to get to 8 billion people now? Probably not. But we also have technological advancements. We have automation. We have new family systems being created. So I don't really understand this big hyperfixation on procreation. It makes me wonder, is it that people are upset about women not procreating in general? Or are they more so upset about a certain kind of women not procreating? And I'll leave us with that.
Why won't women promote singleness? Why shouldn't we promote singleness? Because we are not blind. We are seeing what relationship is doing to women. We are seeing what relationship is doing to women. Having boyfriend now is very embarrassing because for you to start telling people that I have a boyfriend, it's embarrassing. Okay? The fact that you even have a boyfriend, first of all, you forget that you need to take care of yourself, forget that you need to look good. We are seeing what marriage, commitment, marriage, we are seeing what relationship does to women. A woman that is looking beautiful before, always looking good, put together, immediately she's in a relationship, you will know. Nobody needs to tell you that she's in a relationship. Nobody needs to tell you that a woman is in a relationship when she's in a relationship. You will just know. You will just figure it out. They're looking different. They no longer take care of themselves. They don't longer want to look good. They don't no longer want to do because they're trying to please the man that they are with, or they're trying to feel like, or probably the man is just sucking all their energy out of their lives. And we are seeing what relationship is doing to women, even in marriages. We are seeing what marriage is doing to women. We are seeing what childbirth, motherhood is doing to women. Why won't we promote singleness? We are also seeing lives of women that are single and happy, the ones that did not fall for that facade of marriage, be with a man, happily ever after kind of thing. We are seeing it, and we are also seeing women that decide to remain child free by choice, right? We are seeing the ones that are mothers. We are seeing these things. We are not blind. So why won't we promote the ones that makes us happy? There's a pastor that is telling his congregation, he was telling his congregation about his wife. He said before they got married, she has always wanted to be a doctor. She has always loved to be called a doctor. She always wanted to study medicine and all of that. So they got married and she started telling him, I want to be a doctor. I want to go study in abroad. And he was telling her, nope, you're not going anywhere because you're married. And he was saying it. You can't go anywhere. We are married. You have children now. You can't go anywhere because you're married. At the end of the day, she had to study something else. But then she did it online. She did it online just to console herself. Right? These are the things being with a man does to you. Your dreams can never be a dream anymore because you cannot even achieve your dream anymore. Whatever you want, you have to sacrifice everything. Especially when you're already being a mother, when you're having children, everything is zero. Being with a man alone, you cannot achieve your dreams anymore. That is why we promote singleness, because if she was still single, she can achieve whatever she wants to achieve. Nothing is going to tie her back. She can walk wherever she wants to walk. She can go to any place she wants to go to. She can be wherever she wants to be because she's not tied with a man, right? But if she was with a man, the man will tell you, you don't really, in fact, the man will get you pregnant. A man that doesn't want you to do anything will just get you pregnant. If a man sees that his wife is getting very beautiful, looking very attractive, they get their wives pregnant to get them ugly again. That is why we promote singleness. Because the men that claim that they love us and they want to be in a relationship with us, they're only using us for their selfish interests. Most men are in a relationship with women because of what we do for them. We're cooking, we're cleaning, we're taking care of them. Like, That is exactly what they want us for. But most of the time, women are the ones sacrificing almost everything to make the relationship work. At the end of the day, you're not going to gain anything. You know when you're putting in your or you're investing in something and you're not getting anything in return. It's bad investment. And you don't expect women seeing the pit. We've seen a lot of women falling into that same pit over and over again and still not tell people don't fall inside. That's wickedness. So promoting singleness is the best thing for women. Let them know what they are getting into. Let them know that being in a relationship with a man would lead you to this and this. If you're ready, go on with it. I feel like these men are just scared because they are seeing that a lot of women are promoting singleness and a lot of women are actually happy single. They are afraid because they know that they cannot be happy single. They're going to be miserable. The men, they need us to survive. They need to be in a relationship with women to survive. And if almost a lot of women are saying they want to be single, they are doomed. So I feel like that is why most of them are like worried, sick. Like, you guys should stop promoting these things. We need to make children. We need to have babies. We need you in our lives. We need you. They can't do without us. That is why they are worried. Why are we promoting singleness? You guys, what is your take on this video? Can you share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, respectfully? As always, your girl Maria Davids, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.